Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Extra Time TV. This is Andre Soklal.
I'm Kevon Campbell.
And Kevon, there's a big game coming up. The World Cup qualifiers are going on. For you Trinidad and Tobago fans, which is us, and for the rest of the world, we are known as the Soca Warriors. The Hex is about to begin. Trinidad takes on Costa Rica.
Yes, Andre. I mean, the last time Trinidad was in the Hex was 2010.
Yep.
Which was like 7 years ago.
Yep.
7 years ago.
That's really far.
Yeah. And when we were there, we played horribly.
Yep.
One win, and we had a minus 12 goal difference against us. And he finished bottom of the group.
Yep.
So we hope that this round it's a bit better.
Yep.
I mean, we saw some players from that qualification, guys like Highland and Jones, they played in that campaign. So the experience to come in telling this campaign.
Yep, and it's interesting to see with a lot of the chaos that's been going on with Trinidad and Tobago, what is the approach this time around?
Yeah.
I spoke to players like Stern John as well, and with each campaign there are different challenges. We've seen well-documented stories about Kevin Molino going AWOL, and then he recently apologized. Players not really on form. They lost to Martinique. Was really, really a psychological blow to everyone. I don't think anybody thought that we were going to lose. I mean, we knew it was going to be a hard game in our preview, which you could check out.
Yeah.
Kevon and I were unfortunately accurate. I was hoping, I really wanted to be wrong there. I really wanted to be wrong. That's one time I'd be like, yes, I was wrong. Yeah. But Kevon, what's interesting is generally, from what we've seen, Stephen Hart has his lineup pretty set. He hasn't released his 23 yet. But I mean, as we were saying off air, we could pretty much figure out who the 23 are, maybe with one or two exceptions.
Yeah.
The goalkeeping positions are already set, with the only exception maybe in the centre-back positions.
Yeah, I mean, Sheldon Bato is by far our best defender, centre-back. Plays in Russia, the Russian Premier League. But he needs a partner.
Yes.
In games past, Costa Rica has played either Radanfa Abubakar, Aubrey David, or Williams.
Yes.
So he needs to choose one. I remember I spoke to Stephen Hart for the Guatemala game, and he said he played Mitchell because of the aerial balls.
Yeah.
So I don't know what partnership he may go with. Costa Rica, they have some potent strikers who like to take shots on the go. So if I were Coach Hart, I would either play David or Mitchell, but it's his decision.
It's very interesting to see his tactical approach. We spoke about the approach overall with the campaign.
Yeah.
We all know about the circus that is Trinidad football right now, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
But I think Costa Rica is the team I fear the most in the Hex. The Hex. They have always performed well at this level.
Yeah.
They have always done well whenever they got to the World Cup. They love that wing play. They play very fluid attacking football.
Yeah.
And I noticed something against Guatemala in particular. Against the smaller teams, like when we played in the Caribbean Cup, it wasn't very evident because those teams can't punish you. We spoke about Martinique having pace, and they punished us. I was really, really concerned in the Guatemala game because it seems as if they figured out Trinidad. We like to play on the wings.
Yeah.
We love to attack, and they were perfectly fine sitting back and then attacking those spaces left behind by the wing backs and when the midfielders push forward. And there was a big space between the centre backs and the midfielders, and it caused some trouble. And players like Abubakar, good in the air, but when you run at him, it could be problematic.
Yeah.
And I could see Costa Rica, stretching us out wide and causing some problems. So whether, we'll have to see what Hart does, if he's going to change his approach, if he's going to be defensive. A lot of people thought when they played USA at home, not when we lost 4-0, that maybe we should play that sort of take the initiative type of football.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see, and I'm genuinely concerned about this game.
Yeah, me too. Because Costa Rica, Los Ticos,
Yes.
they are the best team in Central America. They have a very good recent history, recent success, paramount. I mean, 4 World Cups in the last 20 years. And also, they have great players. I mean, Coach Oscar Martinez has played for Costa Rica in the World Cup in 1990.
Yes.
And has coached and played for 2 of Costa Rica's best teams.
Yes.
Saprissa and Alajuelense. But, Andre, Costa Rica's potency is up front.
Yep.
I mean, their front 3, Urania plays in Denmark, and the 2 wide men. I mean, some of the best left-footed players in this part of the world.
Yeah.
Brian Ruiz and Joel Campbell.
The other Ruiz.
Yep. And both play for Sporting Lisbon in Portugal, which is a very high level. And at the back, they have guys playing in Serie A. Gonzalez plays for Palermo.
Yes.
Also, you have Gamboa, who plays for West Brom and for Scottish teams. So they have experience throughout the team. And you can't forget the big guy in the goal.
Yes, the big star.
Real Madrid number one, Keylor Navas.
Yes.
So star-studded team. I think for Trinidad too, where we need to don't show any nerves, take initiative and punish Costa Rica, because sometimes they play with with wing backs. So if we can negate that and have our wingers play further forward, that can totally negate those Costa Rican wing backs. So we'll see how they actually come out.
Before, Stephen Hart has been known when he plays home games to really attack players, which is something Trinidad hasn't done as far as I've seen throughout my entire life. Trinidad has always been pensive. They pass the ball around. They have never been a team to really take it to teams. I've seen as a characteristic of Stephen Hart and his teams. However, recently results have not been going his way because of whatever reason, but we also noticed that Kenwin Jones, the absence of Kenwin Jones, is definitely heavily felt when he's not playing. A lot of people criticize him. Yes, he misses a lot of goals, but his off-the-ball play is essential. We spoke about this multiple times on the show, Kevon. What he adds is that he takes the attention away from other players and he draws defenders towards him. I think he will be very key in linking up and passing the ball to the wide players. And just generally, manhandling the Costa Rican defenders. An area that I'm truly concerned about is Trinidad going to be tactically flexible enough where if the attack doesn't work, that we go back into defensive mode.
A shell.
And not be afraid to counter-attack, because I think that is what Guatemala did and almost got a result against us. That Trinidad at this level, at this stage, because we play in the big boys now basically, that Costa Rica will definitely have to, be prepared for a Trinidad team that's going to attack. But we have to be able to be flexible. And I'm genuinely, I said it before, scared a little bit about Costa Rica, because I think they are more than capable of coming down here and getting a result. And my solution, if Hart is listening, I'm no licensed coach, but I would probably start off cautious. The crowd wouldn't like it. It's not going to be pretty. Weather the storm, let the players get comfortable, because they have been showing nerves recently. Get them in order and, then grow into the game and attack with speed, because we have speed.
One of my pet peeves is that we got too predictable, really. Because, we can probably stay the lineup if everyone's fit. But that means that other teams can obviously counteract us. But I think that the team is set with probably Cato and Jovin Jones on the left. And Jovin Jones having a great season. He's in the MLS semi-finals with the Sounders. But in the midfield, I see where in the Martinique game, Coach Hart started Kevon George in the midfield, some fresh impetus. But he's going to go back to Buko and Highland, that double linchpin in the midfield. And they have over 100 caps between them, so bags of experience. And I hope that they can really take charge and settle the game, because if those two are on their game, I think they can provide a good platform for the rest of the team. Because everything can surge forward. Molino can hopefully get into the game, because Andre, honestly, he was a bit absent in that Guatemala game. The game actually bypassed him. He was a passenger. So let's hope a better performance from him comes in. And fullback Cyrus will most likely retain his spot. And we'll see in goal most likely John Michael Williams. Although Marvin Phillips played great against Guatemala, but Jan will probably come back in. What do you say? I'm really, we have a luxury of having two really good keepers, and we even have some third choice keepers. Fonset from the Police, I believe. So we have some really great keepers. I'm a personal favorite of Jan, but I absolutely like Marvin Phillips. So either way, I'm happy. What is really interesting to me is, since you spoke about Molino, is that we've heard the entire story about Molino, the disciplinary issues. It's happened twice now. It occurred with the Guatemala game. It also occurred with the Martinique game. And it shows that things aren't right off the field. Things aren't rosy.
We're not too sure what's happening. Maybe it's complacency. A lot of people have their opinions on this. You all can let us know in the comment section below what you all think. A lot of people are saying, they actually agreed with Stephen Hart dropping Molino, which is surprising. I thought with the loss, Trinidadians would have been ripping into Stephen Hart. But I have to say kudos to the fans. They show that, no players above the team. And it seems as if the general public, not everyone, of course, I'm sure there's one or two of you out there who thought Molino should have played. But the question I would like to ask is, Molino has come and apologized and said, I'm a bad boy, I won't do it again. But a lot of people are saying, should he play in the upcoming qualifiers? I say yes, because if he has apologized and manned up and he's going to, actually come through on his word, pick him. But, what do you think?
I say yes as well. I mean, crunch time, play your best players. And Kevon and Molino, his season is done. The Orlando FC, they're eliminated.
Yeah.
So this is what he looks forward to right now. And I think that in the last episode, we spoke about him committing career suicide if he were to continue and drop from the team. So hopefully, Kaka had a word with him, Baptista, those guys.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Terrible accent, but yeah.
Hopefully those guys spoke to him and let him know the importance of international football and representing your country. So I think that the Molino is going to come out. It's going to be the Molino that played against the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And hopefully he can score some goals like he did back then. And get back, because he is over his injury layoff. So he needs to look forward now. He has his career ahead of him. And I think a good performance in these Hex games can propel him to a better team next year. Yeah,
just to further add on Molino, one of the things that I also forgot to mention is that he mentioned in the heat of the moment, maybe, in a almost Messi-like sort of thing, that he's done with Trinidadian football, or he's going to take a year off. And I'm wondering if Molino is in the right state of mind as well. There's so much factors that we as fans don't see and coaches have to deal with. So we don't know how Steven Hart has to deal with this. A player, the fact that he was willing to go there was a bit of a concern to me. It was a bit worrying that he just decided, you know what, that is something I'm going to do. You could say it's in the heat of the moment. I'm hoping that he gets it right. But if there is, the only reason that maybe justify Hart dropping him is if he is that unstable and he's affecting the team, which is something we don't know. We can only speculate. Hopefully we'll have some hidden cameras and we'll sneak in and find out what's going on. But as a Trinidadian fan, a Trinidad and Tobago fan, we want the best players on the field. We want everybody to be in the right state of mind. And I think that first game is going to be tremendously difficult. No matter what people say, that first game is sometimes a make or break. Because once you don't get a good result in that first game, you're going to be on the back foot, I guess, for the rest of the Hex. So, Kevon, just to round it off, because we're going to have another episode speaking about the Hex in general. This is just us speaking about Trinidad in relation to Costa Rica. How do you think this game is going to end up?
Andre, I have what I think and what I want to happen.
Yes.
What I think is going to happen is that I'm going to see Costa Rica's victory. Sorry to say.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 2-0. But I would like to have a 2-1 victory.
Yes.
So there you have it for me.
Okay. Listen, I have to be the same. I have the emotional side because I'm a Trinidadian.
Yeah.
So, obviously I'd want us to win. But based on the type of players Costa Rica have, how well they've been performing, their own worst enemy are themselves. They are a very proud country. They want to start off with a bang. I think we'll be lucky if we come away with a draw. I would be happy with a draw. If we get a win, of course, I'll be happy. Yes, but I really can't see us winning from a analytical point of view. I think we could probably end up losing maybe 2 or 3-1. But once again, I hope I'm wrong. So we'll see how it turns out. Check out our previous videos, and we'll be also meeting with Stern John and asking him, being a former World Cup player himself, he qualified for the World Cup, what it's like inside a player's head preparing for the Hex. He's also a player who understands the criticism that Kenvin Jones is going through. So we'll get some insight from an actual player, a guy who has been there and experienced this thing, We are the guys speaking from the outside. We're going to hear from a player. So look forward to that and our, general preview of the Hex.
Yeah.
So Kevon, where can we find you?
You can find me at Kev868 on Twitter and Instagram, Andre.
You could find me at Andre Soklal on Instagram and Twitter. And also be sure, and I keep forgetting this, I used to always say, check us out on our YouTube channel. Check us out on Facebook as well, like our page, check out our videos, share it to your friends, subscribe to our YouTube channel, because when you do that, a chance to win tickets to this game. So, make sure, like, subscribe, and also, feel free to comment. It doesn't help your chances, It doesn't hurt your chances, sorry.
Ask questions, because we answer them all.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys out there, they're starting to give us feedback and so on, and, I may lean towards you guys when we have our draw. Who knows? So, so do it, enjoy it, and feel free to let us know what you want to see.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, and don't forget, if you like and subscribe our YouTube page, Extra Time TV, you instantly qualify for the opportunity to win 2 tickets to the Trinidad and Tobago versus Costa Rica on November 2016.